Before we dive into today's case, take a moment to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss our latest uploads. If you're fascinated by mysterious deaths and unexplained events, then you've come to the right place. What you're about to hear may seem like a heartbreaking accident, the tragic passing of an elderly couple in their own home. But I promise you, this story is far more bizarre than it appears. The deaths of legendary actor Gene Hackman and his wife Betsy Arakawa are shrouded in unanswered questions and strange inconsistencies that make it impossible to dismiss as a simple tragedy. The stakes couldn't be higher. Getting to the truth could expose deeper issues and even prevent similar cases in the future. On February 26, 2025, the bodies of Gene Hackman and Betsy Arakawa were found inside their Santa Fe, New Mexico home. Hackman, a Hollywood icon celebrated for his unforgettable performances in classics like The French Connection and Unforgiven, had stepped away from acting nearly 2 decades ago to live a quiet, peaceful life with Arakawa, a 65-year-old classical pianist. The chilling discovery was made by a maintenance worker performing a routine check. He noticed that the front door was wide open, and after receiving no response to his knocks, cautiously stepped inside. What he found was disturbing. Hackman's body was in the foyer, while Arakawa was in the bathroom. Both had already begun to decompose, indicating they had been dead for days. But here's where things get even stranger. One of their dogs was discovered dead inside a closet near Arakawa's body, while the other 2 dogs were alive but severely dehydrated in different parts of the house. What happened in that home? Authorities quickly took note of several odd details. There were no signs of forced entry, no clear indications of a struggle, and nothing appeared to be stolen. On the surface, it seemed like a tragic case of natural causes. But as the investigation dug deeper, it became clear this was no ordinary case. The first clue: scattered prescription medications were found near Arakawa's body in the bathroom. Among them were pills for blood pressure and thyroid conditions, raising the question, was this a medical emergency, or was something more sinister at play? Investigators immediately ruled out carbon monoxide poisoning after testing the home for gas leaks and elevated CO levels. But then came the biggest revelation. Data retrieved from Hackman's pacemaker revealed that his heart had stopped on February 17, 2025, 9 days before their bodies were discovered. This crucial timeline changed everything. If Hackman died on the 17th, then when exactly did Arakawa pass away? Adding to the confusion was the maintenance worker's 911 call. At first, he reported discovering one deceased person inside the home. But later in the same call, he corrected himself, saying 2 people were dead. Was this just the result of shock and confusion, or was there something more to his story? As news of their deaths spread, more unsettling questions surfaced. Neighbors and family members reported that they hadn't seen or spoken to the couple in nearly 2 weeks before their bodies were discovered. While it wasn't uncommon for Hackman and Arakawa to keep to themselves, such an extended period of silence struck many as highly unusual. Then, there was the positioning of their bodies. Hackman was found near the entrance, suggesting he may have collapsed suddenly. Arakawa, on the other hand, was found surrounded by medication, possibly in the midst of trying to retrieve something for herself or her husband. But the most puzzling clue? The dead dog in the closet. Why had one dog perished while the others managed to survive? Several theories began to emerge. Medical experts speculated that Hackman may have suffered a sudden heart attack on February 17th, as his pacemaker data suggested. According to this theory, Arakawa may have heard him fall and rushed to his side. Finding him unresponsive, she could have panicked and hurried to grab his medication, only to experience a medical emergency herself. The scattered pills support this possibility, as if she had been desperately searching for something to help. But this explanation doesn't account for everything. Why did one dog die while the others lived? Some investigators proposed that the deceased dog may have already been sick and instinctively hid in the closet before passing away. Others, however, feared a darker possibility. Could the dog have ingested something toxic? Could this same toxin have played a role in the couple's deaths? Despite extensive forensic testing, no poisonous substances or environmental hazards were found in the home. That only deepened the mystery. Then there was the 911 call. The maintenance worker's shifting account remained a major red flag. Some believed his confusion was understandable, given the gruesome discovery, but others couldn't shake the feeling that something wasn't right. Investigators thoroughly vetted him, combing through his employment records and background. He had worked at the property for years and had no criminal history, but was that enough to clear him completely? Meanwhile, the lack of communication from the couple in the days leading up to their deaths raised even more concerns. Though they were known to be private, close friends stated that they always maintained some level of contact. The complete radio silence leading up to their deaths felt out of character. Medical reports confirmed Hackman's cause of death as cardiac arrest, which aligned with his known heart issues. Arakawa's results, however, were less conclusive. While the examiner found signs of heart disease, they couldn't definitively say whether she died of natural causes, stress, or something else. The report also noted signs of a fall, suggesting she may have been injured before she died. And the dead dog? The autopsy revealed that it had died of dehydration, meaning it had likely been trapped in the closet for days. Was it accidentally shut in during a crisis, or was someone else involved? Hackman and Arakawa's deaths sent shockwaves through Hollywood and Santa Fe. Though he had retired from acting in 2004, Hackman remained a beloved legend, his performances in The French Connection and Unforgiven cementing his legacy. Arakawa, though more private, was widely respected as a classical pianist. The two had been together since the early 1980s, marrying in 1991, a love story spanning 4 decades. Their deep bond makes the theory that Arakawa may have died trying to save her husband all the more tragic. But even after an extensive investigation, so many questions remain. One theory suggests that Hackman fell and was injured on February 17th, and that Arakawa, unable to get help, struggled for days to care for him before succumbing herself. This would explain why their bodies were in different locations and why she had medications scattered around her. Yet, this still doesn't explain everything. Most notably, why didn't Arakawa call for help? Their phones were working and both had cell phones with battery power. Could she have been too disoriented, too weak, or was someone else involved? For now, the case remains classified as undetermined, neither an accident nor a confirmed crime. What really happened in that house? Were their deaths truly just a tragic coincidence? Or is there a missing piece to this puzzle? Let us know your theories in the comments below. And if you're captivated by cases like this, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. You won't want to miss what we uncover next.